How's it going, Radical viewers? Grim Gaddy right back into another Grim Rules Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition session of the Esterisle Cartography Guild homebrew. With, I think, basically my longest running group thus far for Dungeons & Dragons. God. I'm not gonna lie, there'll always be times where I just sit back and think how lucky I am to actually manage to find, like, a steady group. Hell, for that matter, I'm in 2 of them. Just one's a little bit fanacled because, the original DM for that group, kind of had to take a hiatus, so Dungeon of the Mad Mage is sadly still on hiatus. But, thankfully one of the players decided to step up and DM for us, Realm of the Frostmaiden, which is a very fun campaign, though I think we decided to choose a very weird, unique trope to run with of being anti-adventurers, ergo adventuring stuff is kind of against what we do. Very strange. Well, so let's go ahead and jump into the Discord and say hi to everybody.
Suspiciously, and we.
Now this dude is a clean motherfucker. I can tell you that much. And he was like, "Yeah, let's catch up." I was like, "Okay, yeah." Since apparently we live 100 feet away from each other, and I didn't know. So it's actually, you know, it's like destiny.
The video game.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I had for a joke there. That was it.
Where are we?
You know, sewers.
Still the sewers? Okay.
Yeah. Left the sewers.
Yeah, you know, and we're
Hell.
basically
we barely finished the fight.
we're basically almost all freaking half dead, if not completely damn near dead, because vampires are a bitch. And Lambert told you also.
I mean, you won.
I started the encounter with 100 hit points across the board. I have a max of 50 and I have 10 left. Yeah, we survived.
I mean, it could be Leora. 9 max HP.
That's true.
Hell
I could
yeah.
be Leora and just be outright fucked no matter what.
Hell
dead.
yeah. I think that is less max HP than she had at level 1.
How do you know you did a dangerous encounter well? Welp, we're not looking forward to the next one if we don't get a long rest somewhere between now and then.
I'm fine.
Well,
Hey.
still haven't gotten done with the dungeon, right?
Yeah. How many vampires did we kill? Or at least remove?
2 spawn, you killed 1 Gith, and you knocked another one unconscious.
And the actual vampire lordess, mistress, whatever, she fucked right the hell off.
Yeah, she missed it out.
And now the scary question. How many coffins did we find in that one chamber?
7.
A few.
Oh,
It was 7.
More than what we've dealt with so far.
This is true.
16 coffins, like the movie.
It was 7.
Jesus.
That's really bad.
Finally showing up, Matthew.
Wow.
What?
You
That's
said
the only
welcome.
response.
Congratulations, you're the 100th.
I'm broadcasting from a burning building.
Okay, yeah, I saw that post how the fire alarms went off. Is like something actually on fire, or is that just someone smoked in the hallway?
I think it's the second one. That's what I told Michael. Someone was probably smoking weed. It smells like it all the time here, so.
Yeah, that would probably do it.
There's a reason that.
You know, the only time I've actually had the fire alarm go off is whenever I try to cook. When I try to cook,
Yeah.
fire alarms don't like meth. That was
Okay, Walter
Don't
White.
I know it?
I've only ever had 2 fire alarms go off due to something I did. And it was weird
That's not what I
because...
thought you were gonna say.
Well, the first one was when I had an apartment out in Wyoming. And being a chain smoker at the time, and it being Wyoming in the winter, so it's freaking cold out, we decided to say, fuck it, we'll just smoke in the goddamn apartment, and the landlord can go fuck himself. Needless to say, two assholes that chain smoke in one small ass apartment with no windows open. Needless to say, the fire alarm went off.
Damn.
Scared the
Doesn't like
shit
smoke.
out of us.
Fire alarms.
The second time bewildered me because I had just accidentally started a grease fire in my kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not what set it off.
Was it putting it out?
Yeah, it was putting the damn thing out.
Yeah. I'm
I set
telling
up
you.
a fire alarm in my apartment twice trying to cook mashed potatoes, just boiling the water. I think my fire alarm maybe had some screws loose because it was steam that set it off and not smoke.
I think your fire
I
alarm's
don't know if it was
confused.
visual or what, but a bunch of steam just rising up made it go nuts.
My mom once caught she was doing hard-boiled eggs and caught the pot on fire once, so that was interesting to wake up at 5 a.m. too.
Okay, wait, I'm curious. How does one catch the pot you're boiling eggs in on fire?
I truly do not know, but I was not
something on the bottom.
surprised.
Eating.
I was just annoyed that an alarm went off at 5 a.m. when I had school.
Something on the eye.
I get so upset at the idea that this fire alarm might go off when I'm asleep. That just upset me so much.
I remember when I was in the dorms, it was like a weekly occurrence that the fire alarm would just go off. Anywhere from 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. It was ridiculous.
Exactly. That's my life in the dorms.
Yeah.
You know, if I got woken up in the middle of the night by a fire alarm, I'd be like, "Ah, fuck! Are you kidding me? Should have left me to burn."
No, it's happened at every time I try to sleep. It's all right, I'm gonna get an early night's sleep before this class. Fire alarm goes off, so I just decided to die instead. So since we're all here, I figured I would get your opinion on playing Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
Nah, why would we do that? We do that every week.
Yeah.
Well, not every week.
Okay, not every week, but most weeks.
Let's move this to be bi-weekly, which is to say twice a week.
Honestly, on average, throughout the entire time we've been playing together, that's what we did every week, was play Dungeons and Dragons.
My ultimate goal in life is to just always be playing D&D, but I'm never that prepared, so here
That
we
sounds
are.
awful.
It is awful. I've done that. Don't ever do that. When you're doing Dungeons and Dragons literally every day. Well, yeah, when you're doing Dungeons and Dragons every day, literally every day, you get into the habit of quickly learning, gee, I should just probably play the same character because I got 6 different voices in my head and I can't freaking differentiate them anymore.
If I just do the same campaign all day, every day, it's just that's just life now.
Whenever I have 3 days in a row when I have D&D, I'll be like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to get anything done this week.
Yeah. So, last time, you had been approached by Gorthak Ironfist, a friend of Lucian's. He told you of mysterious disappearances happening at his place of work, a new sewer block being built beneath the city. After having explored the new sewer for a time, you came to realize there's a few things going on there. The Doge had plans drawn up of strange, non-cost-effective passages spanning a major residential area, and made sure to enforce the original design. However, you noticed one passage different from the plan, turning around a section that would have gone through. Going to explore this area, you found the reason for this discrepancy. One of the workers had dug into a section of old sewers populated by vampires. You explored this area for a moment before you heard a man begging to be released and rushed to his aid, going further into the vampire's domain and reaffirming that what was here. Unfortunately, by the time you caught up to him, he had already been fed to the vampires residing here. But the day was not a total failure, as you overheard talk of alliance between Githyanki, who came just ahead of you, and the vampires beneath the city, joining together to ensure the capture and interrogation of Speaks in Shadow, one of Sen's old friends from her job before the guild. After their conversation began to stagnate, a noise from your party betrayed your location and led to a battle between both the Githyanki, one of whom you fought before, leaving them with burn scars across his body, as well as some of the vampires who resided here. It was a fierce battle, but the leaders from both parties fled the battle before its end, allowing you to turn the tide back away from them, killing the 2 vampire spawn and rendering the burned Githyanki fellow unconscious. We now pick up here. You have yet to explore the entirety of the vampire's lair, and some of you had expressed ideas of things to do about the situation before setting out to Vithani for the black powder. So, what are we doing?
I'd like to formally lodge a complaint.
Okay.
This orange peel is like a centimeter thick.
Now,
It's very deceiving.
Now, I've got a question for you.
That's much more than a centimeter.
That's very deceiving. Like, it's fine.
But any complaints about the game in question?
You don't eat the peel?
The hell's wrong?
So we've got this unconscious Githyanki guy. Do we
Why
want to
did
do
we-
anything with that?
Why did we render him unconscious?
Because Q is fighting him and he doesn't kill.
Huh.
Oh, you need trouble? You have trouble killing, man? I can kill him, man. I have hammer. I can kill him right now.
It's not that I have trouble, Jorn. It's of a choice.
He killed those vampires.
You have no
They were already dead.
you have no trouble pushing Liliana off a bridge with the
Why?
It's almost as if someone's
It was
still a little
choice.
salty. So,
Choose to fell off that bridge.
you...
Hey man, she could have passed her save, okay?
Gravity did the job.
So you decided to let strange yellow man with no nose and horrible burn scars live.
Yes, we might be able to learn something from him.
The most I caught from him while I was still conscious was that he was not a big fan of you.
No, I don't believe he is, but... It would be nice to have a conversation with them and find out what's going on.
Well, before we converse, I feel like we should get out of here since most of us are mostly dead.
Bah! Jordan is fine. It's not the first time he's had life essence sucked from being. Though granted, usually he has to
Even
pay
if-
for it.
But what about the treasure room?
Hold up, there's treasure room?
always
Where's treasure room? Where is Dwarf?
There's
Dwarf
always
needs to break down for treasure!
I look at the treasure room, but if any of us die while looking at it, that's on you, Lucian.
Okay.
Come on in your bed.
I mean,
Probably
Jordan,
anyway.
Jordan is fine. Granted, strange lady that changes face. She look far paler than usual, and I don't think that's because she chose to look that way.
Have I been, like, given a potion or anything, or am I just stabilized? I
You're
believe
just sit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get set up.
You are stable but unconscious presently.
That's what I thought. I just want to double
Oh,
check.
right. I forgot that Shen was unconscious still.
She's
That's fine. Hold on. Let me see if she'll respond to some healing. Gonna go over and give Sen 10 points of lay on hands.
She'll get 9 of it.
She
You're
has.
wasting.
If Sid takes 18 points of damage in one go, she's dead.
Yeah, actually, that's how that works
That
exactly.
vampire lady could come back.
I'd appreciate a long rest.
We need to leave this place.
Shen, darling, you don't look very well.
Doesn't sound very
Blood
good
all over
either.
Your armor.
Hey, keep that in you. That is important.
Perhaps we get you out of here. Maybe. Should we go back the way we came?
I think that's agreeable. We can come back here later. We have a way back in.
But if we do that, won't vampires recoup, regenerate, and then just possibly either A, if good idea, move and not be here, or B, wait in ambush to kill us? Far more prepared than they were this time?
Well,
Is what John would do.
well, we can't really press much further on as we are. I think Sen is one good hit away from death, and you also are around that area.
Ah, John is fine.
I don't think we can stay here. But I have a plan, sort of, if we want to come back.
Is it a good plan?
Don't know, I'm gonna buy you all. In that room, the one with the blood fountain, there was a series of glyphs that made a teleportation circle. I'm not really strong enough to utilize it, but eventually I will be, and we can take a bunch of people through it in here, and they won't be expecting it. If I can just write down the glyphs, I'll know how to get back here. Surpassing the sewers and everything, all the illusions, possibly some traps. We can just waltz right in with more people, hopefully, and take this place by storm.
That seems reasonable. I think what Jorn had been mentioning and getting at is if we come back later, there will be more resistance. I foresee there being more resistance if we continue on anyways, and...
We can't really resist much right now. A lot of us are very injured. So... We're not going to, I don't think we're going to get much if we continue on besides a few dead party members.
It's not the first time Jorn has died.
Yes, I think that's a commonality between some of us in the party. But nevertheless, I think death is, well, maybe while only an inconvenience, is one I would rather not witness right now.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
Can I use my paladin divine sense thingy?
I guess I'll allow it.
Is
Guess you can use
Bjorn
that
undead?
Hey Norn, are you undead?
No, I'm just short.
Ah,
No, he is just short.
Am I dead?
Your divine sense tells you that he is short.
Yeah.
Just checking. Just needed to.
Yeah.
Why is Red Metal Man sniffing John?
Is Lucy?
Lucian is not undead.
We don't know what Lucian is these days.
You know,
living.
I'm
we're
not.
we're playing fast and loose with the definition of undead.
So-
if Lucy isn't.
He is not dead.
John
He is
has small counter argument to leaving. Could we not
Okay.
just explore the rest of the room? I mean, if there was anything else here willing to kill us, would it not have jumped out and killed us by now? We're literally just standing here talking.
You make a fine argument.
It's because
The
Dion
only
is smarter
thing
than
that might
average dwarf.
The only thing that might be standing in our way is a trap. In which case, I think the helpless person should stay in front.
Bjorn,
While looking at me.
what would you do if there was a big battle that erupted and you saw an opportunity to pounce on weakened enemies?
Frankly, Dion probably would have pounced when they were sitting there bullshitting. I just kind of stretch out my arms and look around. Dion sees nothing happening.
Not at point.
Not at that point.
I mean, if they wish to be cutthroat bastards about it, I suppose they could wait around corner and stab first thing they see.
Did you sense anything around us, Q, with your special powers?
Yeah, and I'd assume that there's some sort of like hand gesture for divine sense for Q, probably like tracing the shape of the symbol of the forge or something. Maybe like two smaller concentric circles. But no, I don't sense anything, and I made sure to check if Jorn was undead as well, since he had died before. It was worth checking.
Well, since I am a fair and balanced captain, we'll put it to a vote.
Oh, what the
I
hell?
want
Did I change that?
treasure.
I vote we leave. Those are the two options.
That's one more.
Find treasure or leave.
We don't even know that there's treasure.
We don't know there is not.
Short, big son. Go ahead.
I'd say, I mean, I like to think John makes fine points. Is there is anything else here to kill us, it would have tried to kill us so far. And if this is all that is left of Rome, and there's no harm in really looking around and seeing if there's anything worthwhile. Usually when John dies or almost dies, usually he comes back with something good to show off a trophy. So far, John has ash and... Unless Red Metal Man lets me, pretty sure I'm not going to get Noseless Head from Horribly Burned Man.
No, Jordan, you cannot have his head.
I'm just saying, man seems like prick. Don't see a reason to keep alive. But you are far wiser than John. John is simply dwarf.
Is he though?
John thinks so.
Interesting.
John thinks you are just a little cowardly for wearing armor.
So it sounds to me like there's 3 for staying here and exploring the rest of the place.
At least.
How about you, Finn or Heinrich?
Oh, I'm for finding treasure. I said it.
Well,
There's a majority.
All right. Well, I mean that is.
Democracy in action.
I love democracy.
The people who voted that we explore ahead, go up front.
Gladly! John immediately starts marching north.
Oh, that's a good idea. So, with the threat dispatched, you walk forward and up the stairs into the room. This room here. It has a large lift at the center. Looks like 10 feet across on either side, attached to rails on all 4 corners that seem to that go all the way up along a shaft that just keeps going forward. So like it's not like fully enclosed, like it's just like a little like a stonework area on these rails that you can see like gears on the inside for like lifting up. Looking around the lift, you don't see any physical mechanisms by which to activate it. Although there is an arcane sigil just on the side, on a little pedestal there.
Ah, metal and magic, never a good combination.
Okay, well, I'm a bit too tapped out to figure out exactly what this does. I can always touch it, but let's stand on the platform. This probably won't kill us. And I touch the sigil.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so touching the sigil, suddenly a jolt as the gears begin to move and you slowly start lifting up. You realize that this is actually relatively unsafe. There's no like handrails, there's no, so you're all just like crammed in this 10 by 10 area, and if anyone just moves a little bit, like you're gonna fall off. And it's
Interesting. This magical device designed to elevate us. Should come up with a name for it.
One day.
Lowering gear.
Magical metal rising machine. Also, if Jordan was going to set trap for weary adventurers that were already almost dead, frankly, he probably would just break this thing and drop everybody to death. I say this literally as we're partway up.
A risonator.
What's the opposite of elevate?
De-elevate.
So it's the de-elevator. I like that. When the lift stops, you find yourself in a very small room. Very similar to the one down below, that same circle. It's a door on the far side. Just kind of the door is in the same basic place that the entrance to the room was.
I feel like there's still more here.
I mean, so far there's only a door.
Interesting to note,
Behind the door.
the door itself seems to be locked on the inside.
What's the door made out of?
Just stone.
Can we take a quick breather before we advance? I think we're pretty safe here. Just a moment to collect ourselves and regain spell slots or
Okay.
whatever we have.
Can I send Hans under the door?
Yeah, absolutely.
Itty bitty spider, yes.
The spider skitters underneath the door and looks around and finds himself on the streets of Tortana. The light of the sun slowly peeking out from behind the horizon.
Okay.
Do I recognize any particular building?
I mean, not really, but I mean, it doesn't seem to be anything. This seems to be like more like a shopping district sort of a place, like just a handful of shops, a pub or two.
I relay. Other side of the door, yes, is shopping district. I recognize that one store. I went there. Not good quality food.
Wait,
Back on
so
the surface.
vampires make secret door into a strip mall?
They had good fashion sense.
Can we open the door? You said it was locked, but is it from our side?
Yeah, locked from the inside.
No,
Yes.
I unlock it with the mechanism that's there. I assume it's a button.
Or
No,
just a
it's
latch?
It's a
Giant metal bar. You can't lift it.
Yeah, I love Dark Souls.
See, you say giant metal bar and you can't lift it, but I am Bjorn.
what are they?
A latch,
one of
like an actual latch?
Latch?
Kind of like the bar things that like.
That you
Like
turn like clockwise and like a latch, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
latch.
Today we learn.
There's
There
a-
seemed
there's a
there seemed to
word
be a
I'm
more fancier word for it that he was
Yeah,
looking
like
for.
Fucking-
A turnstile.
Yeah, that's
A
it.
turnstile.
A spinny boy.
Yeah, you go through there and you walk backwards through time. You're just on. You undo that, open the door up. You're just out. Sun now rising.
Fuck. Where's the treasure room?
Ooh, bright outside. I think the treasure is that we get to live.
No.
The sunlight is the treasure.
Why does it burn then?
I'm very pale. I don't think I need this.
We need to go back.
Nope.
You did kind of. Gorthak is at the other entrance.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, okay, so to be fair, it looks like there's really no danger at all now. Also, we still left strange no-nose man down there unconscious.
That is true.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we gotta go back now.
Go get him, Q.
Weren't we looking for like people who were taken captive as well?
I'm pretty sure they're fucking dead.
Which is right. That's the other way. We have to go back that way.
Yeah,
Holding this
so let's go find them, yeah?
maybe the treasure room is there too.
Just to point out, last time you tried to save somebody, we watched them get eaten alive. Just saying. You guys seem to have very bad luck.
You also found the one man that was tied around his ankles from the ceiling above the blood pool.
Oh yeah, blood dry.
It's okay.
What about that is okay?
I don't know.
Frankly, I've seen worse ways of dying, but not many. Being bled dry like stuck pig doesn't sound like a good time. Okay, so we go back down, we look around more and see if we can find people that haven't been eaten yet, yes?
Hopefully.
This is plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I'm fine with that. And if anyone doesn't want to go because they're worried about dying, absolutely,
Ha.
you are free to not come with us.
Ah. Dying is life's last greatest adventure.
I'd rather do it later than now, so don't want any spoilers. Going to wait till the end, which won't be now. I'm gonna go back and help people, I guess. I've got a couple of spells left in me.
Jonas still has hammer.
Captain Gordian, I'm sure that things are fine. We made quite a racket down there, and if anything else hostile was in the area, they would have come. Jordan makes a good point.
Jordan makes good points. Go back, lock the door behind us, go down the liftinator.
I love the fact everything's hinging on the barbarian dwarf's word right now, and I like... Oh god, if some of us die, I'm gonna fucking cry laughing.
Except if it brings us down, we shouldn't call it a liftinator. Maybe like a drop of fire or something.
Can we just go?
Yeah. A drop of fire.
I like that. All right. So where exactly are we going, boys?
What is left? There's something down here?
I guess, yeah, there's something.
Yeah, there is. It seems that the sewer continues on forward quite some time. Let me just get to the. I number these rooms very badly. So you guys take the time to go all the way down. You don't come across anything along through the sewers here. Eventually, you do end up kind of like overlooking this big drop, and you can kind of see down below. You think that this is probably the larger waterway, like where the Eastern River from the previous floor was coming in from. It is a room. So walking through a small door and down a set of stairs, it's a relatively uninteresting room. There's some furniture, a couple of chairs, an end table between them, a few candles. Doesn't seem like it gets much use, however. As like there are like cobwebs lining the edges of the passage, and cracks starting to form like just along the walls.
Why is this here?
More importantly, where is the treasure room?
I'm assuming not here.
It's a grim thought, but perhaps the treasure to these individuals is the man in the air, tied by his ankles.
I was going to say, I don't think these people are like bloody dragons sitting on hordes of gold. I think they're just after flesh and blood.
But then wouldn't treasure room actually be where hostages and people are being kept, in which case we're looking for that anyway?
I think they might be mentioned to me already, but we can keep looking.
Let's
if we miss anything.
Let's talk with our Yankee individual.
Oh right, we have hostage.
Where do we bring him for talking? I'd rather not stay here. It smells bad.
Well, it depends on the conversation. Do you wish to scare him, or do you wish to simply speak with him? I mean, John has some ideas involving rope and deep hole.
In the blood room.
For some reason, I don't believe that would work. He works with blood-sucking fiends. I'm pretty sure he's used to that by now.
I don't
Children
want to
playing in the
stay
sewer?
No.
in this area where the vampires are, because they will come back, because they live here. So we should leave here. Go anywhere else, really.
We do know an individual. So we don't really know much about Gith, Yankee, right? Legion?
No.
Michael?
Not really, other than that they're from the Astral Sea. They have their own language. They have some sort of psionic power innate to them.
Really hate illithids.
They hate illithids.
Really
This
like solar swords.
individual. We know someone of a similar heritage, perhaps taking him back to our ship where we can discuss in greater detail would be reasonable.
Are we about to adopt another fucking Githyanki?
That's a terrible idea.
I don't think we can adopt this one. He's kind of angry.
Well, he's mostly just angry at you. I can't imagine
Now-
why.
An additional note: do you remember where you got Karnas?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Bad
someone please
idea.
remind me.
Give you a
Uh,
hint.
you
These two
know-
probably would know each other very intimately.
Karnas was the assassin that was sent to kill the guy that we were protecting, who was doing shady shit with my people.
And this guy actually killed him.
Well, we don't know. He took him. We know
Took
that.
him.
Yeah, plane shift
He
thing.
plain-
We could find out what happened to the guy we helped. I can find
Delicious
his name.
irony, I suppose.
That sounds like it's going to open a whole can of worms, and
Yes.
I bet Legion's prepared for it. So I bet Legion has all these notes already taken for
We're
it.
gonna
So
open a can of worms, and I'm ready to go fishing.
How often can we derail a session in one go? Let's find out today.
doesn't sound like
do
we're
it.
derailing it. This is a reasonable solution to the issue at hand.
Let's do it. I think putting this man in the same room as Karnas might cause additional complications. Something
And death.
ignites. But I think it's something that I want to witness because it might help us. At the very least, it might be entertaining. At the very, very least, someone will die, and hopefully it won't be one of us.
Perhaps we should put in some sort of security in place so no one does die. It doesn't seem that it needs to go that far.
Wait, the one has question. This was not
Yes.
only no-nose creature we fought today, other ones simply disappeared. What would stop this one from disappearing?
To do that, I think if he wanted to disappear, he would have done it, but I don't know if he has that capability.
Honestly, he looked like
Because
he
we fought
had...
him before, and he just ran away.
It looked more like he had raging erection for killing Redman.
Someone else.
Well, maybe that's what will keep him with us. If he gets away, it should be via a spell. If we tie up his hands, then he probably won't be able to do it.
That sounds kind of flimsy.
Guardian, are you familiar with magics that could teleport you elsewhere?
I mean, I've done it before. Yes.
Dakaiora was the guy we were protecting.
It's only I can teleport myself, a handful of meters away. I'm capable of some magics that can teleport me a little bit further. I'm not able to do anything on a global scale, really, more than several hundred feet. We saw Sin do that earlier.
The reason... Oh, son, of course. do either of you know if I know when I cast some spells, I do have to do some hand motions, and sometimes it's just a verbal component. Do you know if these spells require either of those?
The one I do is only verbal. But I think greater distances require more components. So I guess he could move, you know, a few meters away. I don't know if he'd get away from us like that though.
Yeah.
We could also gag him if that would be fine.
We
When
won't.
we need to talk to him to undo the gag.
Well, the idea is to get him to answer questions, and
This
we
is
can
a
always
lot
have
of
him
words
write it
for.
down.
This is a lot of words for simply saying I don't know.
I prefer not to let people know when I don't know things. You know, keep my hand close to my chest. I don't know, Q.
Hey, Nathan, does
Sen?
whatever 4th level spell that you cast earlier require a verbal or somatic component?
Dimension
Just
door.
verbal.
Dimension door, there it is.
Dimension door's only
Yeah, just
verbal? I didn't know
verbal.
that.
Cut off his tongue.
Oh.
That is a little extreme, but I do have axe.
I was tongue and gag him, and then ask him a bunch of questions.
I think we have to have him write it down then. Unless anybody can, like, telepathically communicate with him.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Are we actually considering cutting out this man's tongue and interrogating
No.
him telepathically? Because holy
Just
shit!
Gag him. Just
Gag
use
him,
a fucking
just gag him.
gag,
I
you
was about to
animals.
ask you.
I'm about to
We
say,
haven't
holy
tried-
shit!
Smash his teeth out. Let's take his uvula.
We are civilized people who use ball gags.
Take out the tonsils, remove the
Oh,
appendix.
Liliana took all those with her.
Oh.
Damn it!
That bitch.
Those
And the
fucking-
double penetrator? Gosh, that bitch.
Oh, if only you would make another.
I've
Triple.
made 2 so far.
Shame she died.
Well,
Maybe we should retire that line. It's only worked against us.
grab the Burns man, bind him, gag him, and parade him through the streets of Tortada. To
This
our
feels
ship.
like Burning Man.
Feels like
Okay.
public shaming. Also, won't people look at us strangely that we are simply walking around with strange yellow-skinned, no-nosed man who is horribly burned?
Yes,
They've
that
seen us
brings
do
me to the
weirder
next
things.
conundrum. How do we get this man through the public eye? Do we drape him? Like cover him up in a sheet? Like a sack of potatoes?
Or I can just polymorph him to look like another fellow spider and put him in jar with my tentacles.
I can also make him invisible for an hour.
Wait,
I've done
why?
this we've done this before.
The problem with putting him invisible is if God forbid we lose him in the crowd, we don't know where he is.
Have you ever seen the movie Weekend at Bernie's?
What is
What is-
movie?
What is movie?
Is that like Lawnmower Man?
It's exactly
What is lawnmower?
Lucy, you get Lucian by the legs, and you have him walk on his hands, and you choose the grass.
Okay.
This sounds
I
like
think-
sexual position that Dawn may not be familiar with.
I hate to say it, but I think turning him to a spider and putting him in your jar of tentacles might be the best idea, if not the most sane idea.
Why do you say it with such disdain? Just because it's unorthodox does not make it weird or bad.
No, this is my enthusiastic voice.
It's one
It,
of those
by
things.
definition, does make it weird.
John is
Made it
curious
weird.
why he has jar of tentacles.
You were there,
Why
were you not?
I do not understand explanation given at time. Still wish to hear a real one.
Explanation was not given at time. I
It's
just
like
have got
spells. You have to keep a lot of weird things on you.
Look, I play my hurdy-gurdy. He eats tentacles. Gwydion puts silver in his eyes. This is normal.
Oh, and Red Man snorts chalk.
Red man snorts chalk.
I remember the story of this. Heinrich told me.
I don't have to put silver in my eyes anymore. All my spells are just cast through my staff. It loses a bit of its charm, but you know, saves me some effort.
Lose a bit of
Matthew's
it.
just with the hello darkness, my old friend, stare in the distance.
What is this party? Right, so we give up in searching for treasure room, because there is another door and other hallway and other things we have not quite looked into yet.
There is?
Is there?
I mean, maybe it's
thought
just spots we already
Michael said-
traversed, but I...
We
'Cause we
never
kinda-
actually entered the room.
Yeah, because we kind of like just breezed through everything. Like we came through and then ran through everything trying to follow the source of the screaming. So we breezed through like a lot of
Do I
stuff.
get the treasure.
I mean, we can poke our head in and see if there's anybody in there. But
Well, first off, unless the treasure you're talking about is pain,
Not important.
I have a high elf blade singer that would be into that, but not playing him in this campaign.
Yeah, so you walk through the open doorway into what is very clearly a torture chamber. From the ceiling on the back left side of the room, there are 5 chains with manacles at the end, hoisted high enough off the floor that if you were to hang from them, you'd be well enough in the air. Along the walls, you see no short of 2 devices. One wheel that seems to be fastened to stretch out as you turn the crank, thus pulling your limbs further out of socket. And along the entry wall, there's a rack that seems to do something similar to your spine. Additionally, right in front of the large furnace-like fireplace, that you can actually see through, by the way. If you look carefully enough, you can see directly through it and into the dining hall.
Oh, that's
beside the
macabre.
fireplace is they're vampires. There are plenty of metal rods and some like wooden stocks directly above. One thing does catch your attention. Although you do see plenty of staining, especially on the far end of the room where prisoners are likely to be kept, none of the staining seems to stem from blood. And there are no implements to cut or stab prisoners.
Really?
efficient. So it's just all like bludgeoning. Gross.
Yeah. I mean, you find tons
Oh.
of things to, like, snap your bones and, like, pull them out of place and hurt a lot and, like, burn your flesh. But no blood is spilt in this room.
Oh, this is Vampire Kitchen where they tenderize the meat.
Probably
Sure.
I mean, am I wrong?
an apt description.
I don't want to see this.
Is there anybody in here? Like people?
There are not.
Cool, we can go now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I don't like this place. Let's fuck off.
I've only
Shit.
seen slightly worse than Drow sex dungeons, not by a lot.
In case you missed it last time as well, because you did walk rather quickly through this room, just as you're walking back, above the fireplace is a painting of an older man with raven black hair with streaks of gray throughout it, and blood red eyes. And we're not talking like a tiny painting. It's like 10 feet
Massive,
wide,
yeah.
and like 20 feet tall.
Classic Bram Stoker's fucking castle. Bram Stoker. Why did I say Stroker? Good God, my mind. Strahd!
Bram Strahd.
Bram Strahd. Bram Strahd's castle. There we go.
Yeah.
Huh.
Castle. Yeah.
So, did we simply mishear our turn treasure room, or is the one just stupid?
Jordan.
Lucian convinced that everywhere we go we'll have treasure at the end.
There's supposed to be treasure.
I guess treasure truly is the power of friendship since we're all alive.
Activate the portal, Gwydion?
I can't do that now, but I can learn eventually how to do it, and we can come back later.
That also sounds like a bad idea.
Not going to do it now. Going to do it when we have reinforcements.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to write it down though. I'm going to write down the glyphs.
I mean, you take the time to like make sure you write down the glyphs. I mean, I don't know if you want to like where you're going to keep track of this, but go ahead and write down
My spellbook. My
vampire.
journal.
Well, I mean you, Tyler.
Oh, it's in my notes. I've got so many notes, dude.
So many notes.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So.
All right. Well, I guess technically you probably should be leaving through the
way we came, because that's where Garthok is.
through the
With our new burned friend in tow, who is going to be very mad when he wakes up.
Oh yeah, I mean, how are you binding him? How are you taking him with you?
A rope, right?
I have
Also, are we gonna turn him into a spider?
rope.
I like that plan.
Oh,
Me
wait! That's just gonna. What was his weapon?
He had a silver sword, but he dropped it a while back in favor of one made of darkness that is no longer there.
Oh, so he didn't actually have a weapon. He just used Shadow Blade. Son of a bitch! Damn it. That would have been like a good trophy for Bjorn. It's just one of their silver swords.
I mean, he was trying real hard to take care of Q.
Right. So yeah, he did. That's not even here anywhere, is it? The silver sword he would have had.
The silver sword. I mean, it would. Yeah, I mean, it would be in the room. You would be able to find it, and there were two Gith. One was just a Githyanki warrior that had a great sword on him as well.
I'll take the silver great sword. No, not nah. Well, okay, so wait, are they all great swords? Or is one a long sword?
One of them is a great sword, but Maradin's here is a long sword.
Okay, I'll grab the Githyanki longsword then. Fuck it, silver longsword.
Alright.
Screw it. It's kind of trophy. I'll take it. It's not great.
Oh, the other one's a great sword, though.
Shut up, Leech.
I thought you didn't want.
No, I wanted the longsword because I'm thinking, it's like, at what point do I ever want to drop this shield and lose 2 AC? I mean, granted, this is more so just a trophy. I don't think I'm actually going to use this thing.
So... what are we doing? Yeah, so we're tying a rope around him?
I think we're turning him into a spider and put him in a jar and then get into the ship.
All right, yeah. One wave of your hand, and then Githyanki man shrinks down into a yellow spider with just burn scars around its thorax. It's like scrunched up like spiders do, and Heinrich just picks him up, not concerned that it's a spider because he's fucking weird. And puts them in a jar. Puts the cap on. Do you poke holes in it?
This is a good question because I don't want the aroma of the tentacles to escape.
Wait, you don't have empty jars?
Well, I guess I would, wouldn't I? I like the idea of the tentacle better.
Well, if you want the tentacle,
he'll drown in the tentacle jar.
He's a spider. He can move around.
I thought it was a pickle tentacle.
Not if he's unconscious. It's a pickle jar.
I thought maybe
if you put a spider in a pickle jar.
I thought maybe. Yeah, but you know that feeling if you're like falling or whatever. So once he's in the jar, I'd shake him awake. But he can't do anything about it.
So
then you'll really drown.
Here's the thought.
No, but he'd be aware of it and he'd be crawling around to stay undrowned.
Now, here's the thing about that. Right now, he is unconscious, not sleeping, but forcibly unconscious, cannot awaken because he is knocked the fuck out.
Why not simply put Spider in bag or something? For God's sakes, we have coin purses.
Fine, okay. Do that. I thought it would be a little haha gag, but fine. We'll make it simple. Put it in an empty jar or, better yet, empty bag. No problem.
I'm just saying, I mean, jar is currently full of tentacles. Does not seem like a good place to put Spider we want
It's
alive.
not full of tentacles. Its only occupant currently is tentacle. It has room for more. Clearly, jar
More
have...
tentacle?
I hate to crush his dreams like this.
Couldn't you have Hans keep an eye on him?
What is Hans going to do? He's just a familiar.
I don't
He
know.
can't even
Speak to
attack.
him. He is also Spider. Have someone to talk to while he is Spider. So he's not alone in bag.
He's only going to be a spider for 1 hour. This is not a life transformation.
Good for him. I'd be pretty pissed if I turned into a spider for life.
You turn him into a spider. And you put him in a bag or some shit. I don't fucking know.
The point is, we got him as a spider. We're leaving now. Meet up with Gorthok.
Yeah, so as you're coming through, you find Gorthak is just kind of like passed out against the stonework, like up against the bars.
I'm gonna go wake him up, of course.
How do you wake him up?
Poke him in the face.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I dozed off there. You guys all right?
I mean,
You're not
You're
so
all, like,
many words.
covered in blood.
Yeah, covered in blood, and a few of us are way paler than we should rightfully be. In short, no, we are not okay. It's okay though. We found problem, and mostly solved problem.
What was it then?
You want to see what I got?
You want to look at my
Gorthak.
tentacle jar?
do you know what a vampire is?
Oh,
Heard stories. Never thought they were, like, a thing.
Well, they are very
Well,
much a
they're
thing.
And they kill people.
And eat them.
Shit.
Gonna put a hand on Gorthak's shoulder. Fine, I'm sorry to tell you, but the people you're looking for, they're no longer with us.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
put a hand on Gorthak's other shoulder, and I say, you need to not tell anyone what's down here, because it's incredibly dangerous, and if we're going to take care of it, we need a lot more people.
Wait,
Make a persuasion check.
I walk behind Gorthok and I put my hand on his back.
It's gonna get weird.
gonna get weird. I think we're past that.
And I say, you should really listen to the captain.
Right. I would rather. I'm sure that the families would rather know that the problem is solved if we told them how they died.
I don't think you want to actually say how they died. It was not pretty sight.
Fair.
Jordan, we don't need to go there.
I mean, I did actually have a brief anecdote prepared describing a wild animal taking down a far larger prey animal. But yeah, I just clam up at Q's incentive. He is the wise one.
I wouldn't have called you here if I didn't think that they wouldn't have made it anyway. It's a real shame that none of them survived, though. You guys look like you've been in a fight, though. You telling me you didn't kill all of them, or?
No, they ran like beaches. Also disappeared, they turned into smoke.
They were wily ones.
Well, that's something at least. At least one work day should be enough, right? Shit, if I don't tell anyone, I guess work will still commence here, huh?
I mean, good news is, we've kind of given vampires a reason not to come back.
I don't know. They had investments in staying here. Well, I'm not set up already.
Well,
Yes.
I eventually want to bring more people here to fight, drive them out, and slay them permanently, but it's not very feasible at the moment.
Ooh, you know what you need? You need Monster Slayer. A monster hunter, if you
I
will.
was thinking that. Yes. We know someone who has connections to a few.
What the hell, you didn't bring him? Why?
He
He's
left.
not available at the moment.
Oh, he sounds like Dirtbag.
Hmm.
I'm allowed to talk shit about myself.
That's besides the point.
I think there was a maiden in distress or something.
Ah.
Gorthok, we're talking about perhaps a day's worth of time as we recoup our injuries, and then we'll come back to finish this fight. It was close.
So were you talking to me? I'm losing
Yes.
my mind. Sorry, what did you say? I got distracted reading a thing.
Yeah. It said that we're talking about maybe a day's worth of time that we're going to postpone finishing this
Right,
everything
okay.
because it was a hard fight.
Right. Just today, you think you'll be good to go for that?
Ah, Jonah
Quite
survived
a
followers.
resilient bunch.
All right. All right. Yeah. In the meantime, I'll let you know if anything goes down.
It might be wise if you see anybody to not stick around or just not be seen.
I mean, I can keep an eye out. Check his stat block to see if he's any good at that, though.
Probably
care.
not.
Alright, well, we have to go. We have a limited time at the moment, and Gorthok, you take care. We'll see you soon, okay?
Yeah. Thanks again for coming out. I scrounged this up to pay for the job, and he hands you 150 gold pieces.
He hands Q that.
Yeah.
Right, well, I thought we were doing this for a friend of Lucian's, but
You were, but I mean, I know about adventuring types. I'd rather see you guys make enough coin doing what you do than having you not help people like this having to work, labor.
Jordan's only payment he requests is that he had a great story to tell. And boy, does Jordan have story to tell.
Yeah, you look like it.
Jordan feels
Anyways,
dizzy.
we must go, Gorthok, really? And goodbye.
All right.
He's not very good at saying farewell. It's okay, don't work on it.
Right. Lucian.
Yeah.
Thanks again, friend.
Anytime.
Damn it! It divides by 6.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
I was surprised that Kale put that in a calculator, because that's like...
I should have done like 140.
I would have died.
Jordan said he's happy with the story, so I think you can divide that by 5.
That still
It
evenly
also
works out.
divides by 5.
Divides by 5.
Bill,
What?
go fix that's not the little chair place.
What?
The white curtain.
Are you gonna mute yourself before you leave? Nope, that's fine.
Of course not.
As you
Fucking guy.
as you're leaving, Gorthak kind of follows you out. So you said goodbye, and like you're crawling, down and like up some ladders and some scaffolding, and he just like goes and follows you the entire time. Like we said goodbye. I don't really know what, but eventually you do part ways. I suppose the plan presently would be sleep. It's been a long night. The sun just now peeking over the horizon.
We gotta find somewhere to situate our new traveling companion.
Shit, you right.
Of the permanent variety, obviously.
We have like 45 minutes to do that, I think, given how time
believe-
works.
We could put him in a vat.
What?
I think that'd be in bad taste.
A rat vat?
Here's the thing, right?
Yeah, let's put the Githyanki man in the vat full of illithid food.
As funny as that would be,
I thought it was funny.
you know what would be funnier if he actually identified it was for an illithid. I just start freaking the fuck out.
Oh man, you could turn him into a rat and put him in there, but
Oh,
anyways. So, I can't use Q's bullshit to make manacles that just don't have locks on them if we need him to be very secure.
Yeah, okay. So to get to the ship itself, it takes a little over an hour. So as you guys are walking toward the ship, Heinrich has this bag with a spider in it. Suddenly, you all hear this is tearing sound as a Githyanki man falls face first on the floor, just on the street. People are like, ah!
Scheiße, has it been an hour?
And thus, that is Jordan's magic trick, producing strange-looking man from ordinary bag.
Quinn starts clapping.
Ta-da!
Make a performance check.
I strum my hurdy-gurdy loudly.
Is there a chance I can get like some of that sing the old shanty bullshit, since we usually don't ask for that unless we need it? Then we forget.
Yar, fiddly dee.
Okay, let's see what I roll.
Attack or saving throw.
Nope.
Oh,
I will give you advantage because everyone's just going along with it.
okay. Woo!
Yeah. We're good at that.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. Yeah, wow. People start like chucking some coins at you. You make 96 silver.
Thank you. Jordan will perform on other street corner next week.
Yeah, she will. Amazing.
Wow, that was wonderful.
Everybody gets 16 gold pieces.
16 silver. It was silver.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I can't believe that fucking worked. I was like, oh shit, what do we do? Fuck it. Jordan would be an ass about this.
Silver and just
So close to saying the same thing. Like, the next words out of my mouth were gonna be, "And for my next trick!" And I was gonna cast an illusion spell.
Well,
Why do I have 2 Electrum?
I don't know. I didn't give you any Electrum. I don't do Electrum here.
that's funny.
Who doesn't love good old Electrum?
Oh yes, the $2 bill of the D&D universe.
Campaign, we have double platinum.
You know, our bills are cool though. You get an Electrum, you're just like, oh shit, I can't spend this. Put it in your pocket.
It's like finding a Canadian freaking penny.
Oh Jesus.
I've been using Electrum like heavily in my home campaign. People fucking hate me.
I bet I would too.
Damn it, man.
It's because everything's divisible by 10, and you bring Electrum into the mix, you're like, what the fuck? What?
$50.
It's like because
I don't even remember what it is for Electrum. That's how bad I.
Wait, a half gold, right?
Triggered.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 Electrum equal a gold or some shit.
I
when
start
everything's
carrying the
divisible by
man.
10, and you have the one thing that isn't divisible by 10, it just feels like having like
Copper's a penny, silver's a
a lot of things
nickel.
like our currency's like in 5s, right? For the most
Come
part.
on,
You got
let's
the pennies,
go.
Then everything's divisible by 5. It's like if you had like a 13-cent coin or something. It's like, go fuck yourself.
So I'm saying it, gold is like $1, $50 is an Electrum. Then you have silver is a dime, and then copper is a penny. Easy.
Yeah, that's about
But
right.
you're missing my points, and I hate you. Anyways.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a bad system, and I hate it. Do you turn him back into a spider? What are we? You still have a gift man unconscious on the ground. We haven't solved the problem.
I'm carrying
Well,
him.
I
You just
can't.
made some money.
Because I can only cast polymorph once without using a spell slot.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh wait, Tony has
think we
idea.
did solve
And
the
now
problem.
for next trick.
Well, actually, hold on. Sorry, just a quick question. I actually never considered this as a warlock. The spells, the invocations that say that you can cast X once per day without a spell slot. Does that imply I can actually cast it using a spell slot, or
I don't
no?
believe you can.
I think it's more like you have an innate ability to perform.
You just
the
do this
spell.
one time and that's it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. All right.
Call
Leo,
JC.
Sen,
He'll tell
Make
us.
him invisible. Make him invisible, Sen.
And now for next trick from Magical Dwarf. We will make Strange No-Nose Man disappear. And I start elbowing Sen in the ribs.
Go ahead and claps preemptively to drown out the somatic component, the verbal components of invisibility.
I start just
I,
waggling my fingers and shit and muttering shit in a mixture of Dwarvish, Common, and I think that's all the languages I know actually is Jordan. What else does he know? Yeah, Dwarvish and Common.
Sen
Oh.
starts doing a jig, and she's going, hi, 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 and then she slaps him and then casts invisibility.
Classic hurdy-gurdy stuff. Yeah, I mean, you get a few more claps, but I mean, you got your money for this.
And then people are like, wait, hold on. That's just a basic spell. People love to do that.
Yes, but
like
no
an
one ever
action.
seen Barbarian Dwarf do it.
A furball that's watching is just like.
So now we need to carry an invisible man without looking odd.
You
This
don't
is
have
why-
to, but
This is why I told you guys I just wanted to carry him with us.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Everyone stop the presses.
What's a press?
Fuck. Shit. Oh, wait. Hold on. How many charges do I have on my wand? 1. Can I do this?
Oh.
Shattered Star. I cast See Invisibility, and then I cast Levitate, because I need to see cast Levitate. And I'm an idiot. I didn't. We cast Invisibility.
That is
Sorry,
beautiful.
This is so stupid.
And now for third and final trick. You will
this
watch.
is why you need Tinser's floating disc.
You will watch Jordan walk imaginary invisible dog.
Useless spell.
I
Never.
Just tie a rope and walk around like a balloon. An invisible balloon.
Thank you. We'll see you on the
Okay.
other trick corner next week. Okay, let's tie this. Let's get the fuck fuck out of here before I have to improv more magical dwarf bullshit.
Oh my god, I can't believe I had the resources for that. I used my last stab charge and my last second level spell slot for this.
I am so happy you had them.
No more fights.
Oh, and what's
I can cast shield once and we're done.
Well, thankfully, I think we're
what's
about.
that? Fireworks. And I cast prestidigitation and I make fake fireworks go off.
God.
The amount of bullshit we just did just to fucking get away with the fact this man just appeared in the street.
Another 45 or so minutes. You do eventually.
Levitate last 10 minutes. Don't give me this.
You just eventually
Okay, let me
you're
put it this
walking
way.
Down. 10 minutes later, you just hear
No!
Oh, by this storm, Jordan will just carry him. Fuck.
Just act natural.
Quick, he's falling down the stairs.
Like, how high did you levitate him?
5 feet.
Damn it. Okay.
You can't.
He breaks his neck and dies.
That would have been funny.
This is something I feel like we rented this problem specifically in your games more than any other games I've made. Is how to cart around an unconscious body.
Hey, to be fair, usually.
One time you tried to haul a conscious body.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We didn't try, we did, and we succeeded.
The amount of bullshit we pull off in these games sometimes, it astounds me. Like, most parties would just kill this man.
We're not murderers.
Oh, you know what? You're outside now, so you get... Yeah, ocean blue.
Blue for outside.
Yeah,
Is it broad day? It's broad daylight. Yep.
Yeah, it's morning.
It's like early morning. Like, it's just past sunrise, like 7 o'clock. People are like going to work and getting breakfast and shit.
You won't
feel
believe
like-
what I saw on the way to work today.
I saw a dwarf literally just pull this strange-looking man out of a bag. It was weird as fuck.
Very strange. You do eventually get to your ship. As you're like, taking him along.
Thank God.
Let's just go ahead.
Jesus.
Where are we taking him?
Down below, probably the cargo hold.
Oh, hi, Lambert. What are you doing here?
As possible. Like,
Okay.
exact opposite end of the ship.
Right.
Holy crap, I think this is the first time I've been on boat.
Like, getting onto the ship, I would probably go and find Ilrith and let him know
Hey, what are you
that
doing? I'm already here. Fuck off.
we've got a guest, and we'd appreciate a little bit of discretion.
A guest. Where?
We have an individual who will be arriving shortly, and it would probably be best if the two of you didn't interact.
Very well. I can make myself scarce. And like two of his tentacles like go into like a big smile on his face. Just
He's so charming.
Appreciate it, thank you.
very friendly. I mean, he like levitates off as he do, and goes fucking somewhere. Soon, before the invisibility wears off, you start hearing sounds of like shuffling sounds coming from the invisible tied up body.
Sen, I think you need to undo the. Do you know? Make invisible.
Sure, are you sure that it would not be more fun if we just kept him invisible?
I'm fairly certain that you can't do that.
I feel like that's a bad idea. Also, what the fuck was with Squid Thing on deck?
That's our friend, Ilrith, but we're not going to mention him around this man.
You befriended a squid.
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to worry about it.
Worry about it later. Because we'll talk about it later. We need to gag this man.
Said something? Hasn't Lambert told us that Githyanki can speak to each other telekinetically, or am I imagining things?
Telepathically.
I
But
don't think Lambert would have told you that. He didn't really know much.
Lambert didn't know one way or another.
Yeah, like honestly, he kind of saw them like as a. He made a lot of just educated guesses about Githyanki, especially regarding like their swords and how fancy they were, yet they still use them in combat. But that's as far as his knowledge went, and those were just lucky guesses.
Okay.
Gwydion's gonna take a bit of cloth and hand it to Lucy and say, Lucy, stuff this down his mouth and gag him.
Okay.
Okay, now you have gagged Strange Man. Now what?
That's such a good question.
I'm gonna start taking an hour to do the ritual of making the manacles.
An hour? Well, while that's happening, we need to ask him some questions, because I don't feel like sitting around this man for an hour while he's gagged. Can someone talk to him through the brain?
Brains cannot talk, that's silly.
Someone talk to him, brain.
Send. You have message, right?
I have message, but...
Doesn't Heinrich have brain?
Oh, Heinrich! Yes, you can talk into people's brains. And I
Yeah.
assume they can talk. Can they talk back when you do that?
No.
Oh, well.
It's a one-way door.
That's the problem. I have
send?
sending, but I only have one use of sending.
Send? Well, you have message, so you're in charge.
Wait, hold up.
There's
Okay.
something in message that says people can reply.
Yes, there is.
People can reply.
Oh, never
to
mind.
message.
Here's the messaging and reply that only you can hear.
This is gonna be enough.
It says can reply in a whisper. So does that mean it just sounds like a whisper? It sounds like
it's to your brain.
Well,
Message
so-
is weird,
message is vocal, so it's like you whisper it, but then like
yeah, it's basically like a magical version of the two cans on a string.
Yeah.
I don't think he can reply because
He might not be able to reply. That is true, actually. Because technically, message is not telepathy. It's taking a whisper and amplifying it so it sounds like it's next to your ear.
Yeah, straight up, I don't think he can reply to this.
Didn't you have tongues?
Because he's gagged,
So you'll need to be ungagged.
which you don't want. That's the problem.
You don't
Tongue?
want him to cast spells.
I have tongues and I have sending. I can only use one.
I mean, sending would only be good for one shot, really, though.
Yeah, which
It's
so
not.
we're
It's
trying
not worth the expenditure. You just have to ungag him and hope that he doesn't decide to teleport away.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If you cast tongues on an individual who's gagged, would it allow us to understand them as they are talking through the gag?
I would not. I would consider no, because
Gag is not a language.
gag is not a language.
I mean, that's clever workaround, yeah, but nah.
I appreciate.
I like where your head's at,
Okay. What if?
but
What if I just cast levitate on him? So even if he teleports away, he'll be floating helpless.
Pretty good.
How does that help?
Okay,
Because then he teleports away, and we go, "Huh? There's a man in the sky."
Well, why don't we just wait an hour for him to be manacled, and then it doesn't really matter. He's just stuck.
He's still a vocal component.
I mean, we've tied him up. If he does teleport away, he's not going to get very far without hands, right?
I mean, to be fair, like, the only thing you really do, because at this point we're entering out of character discussion anyway, like, the most he could do is maybe plane shift, in which case we're fucked anyway. But in order for him to teleport anywhere, he has to actually see where the fuck he's teleporting to, and he's on the bottom deck of a ship right now. He doesn't even know where he is.
Dimension door actually doesn't require you to see it, which is why it's a problem.
Yeah, but don't you have to know at least where the fuck you are, otherwise you had the risk of running into a wall?
Yeah, that is true.
I'm playing.
There's also the teleport spell. If he
I have an
has it.
idea. Matthew wants to say something though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nathan.
I could message Ilrith and ask him if he has any insight for keeping this man from disappearing on us.
I don't even know where to start and why that's a bad idea.
Probably don't need to get him involved, or Karanas.
Well, definitely not Karnas, but Ilrith might have some insight.
A simple message to him is reasonable. I've already spoken with him to let him know it would cause tension if he was nearby, and having a conversation through message seems that it may work.
And message does work in a way that would definitely allow that.
Ilrith, we have a Gith that we need to interrogate because he was doing illegal activities. Do you have any way for us to make sure he doesn't leave this plane? You can reply to this message.
God damn it.
It depends. Obviously, binding him, gagging him, would be a good idea. But Gith are notorious for being hard to contain. If he has not used much of his psionics, I am afraid that he will likely be hard to bind.
Oh, thank you for your help. I end the message. Okay, Ilrith has nothing to help us.
So you have useless squid man on ship. Fantastic.
Nathan, I need to share. It's a crunch wrap.
That is not garlic bread.
Huge.
Like a homemade one?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It looks
Taco
good.
Bell does not make them that big, that's for sure.
I don't eat Taco Bell, so I won't know.
So, what's his plan now?
I think Teorawa is going to make his chains.
That's my plan. I got nothing else besides that, though.
We're just down here for an hour.
Ungag him and just talk to him.
I mean,
Could get away if we do that.
well, our options are currently limited. I mean, option A, we ungag him and risk him teleporting the fuck out, but at least having a chance to interrogate him. Or B, we literally just keep him down here. And that's it. Like, nothing else. We got nothing else to do with it.
Last away from us, he had a ship nearby, but now he has nowhere to go. So I think if we ungagged him, he wouldn't really have anywhere to teleport to. We could just find him again, and he's tied up. So, you know, if you bind him at the ankles, he's not going to be able to walk anywhere.
Gwydion, you have a beautiful mind. Do you know if he used all of his spell slots in the last battle?
I don't know how many he has.
Or how many he used.
What's a spell
Yeah,
slot?
just keep track of them.
I don't know. Not if I don't know the maximum. He could cast Wish for all we know.
Have
If
you?
we could cast Wish, I feel like we would be dead.
Maybe. But
Have you-
my point stands.
Are we dead in this saddle?
I mean, Jonah's questioning it. I mean, you guys act like you've never done this before.
We've never done this, ever, have we, Gwydion?
I take out the gag.
Thank you. Because I was getting to the point where Jordan was going to do it.
Oh, poor
Sorry about
Teorawa.
that. Just
Why did you take me alive?
Good question. Well,
Shit.
I guess first thing, we need to know what happened with that other gift that you took from us while we were trying to escort him to safety.
I sent him back home.
And I don't think he really wanted to go back, did he?
I mean, I don't feel like that's our concern at this point.
I cannot hazard to guess what he would have wanted.
So, vampires, huh?
Actually, yes, that is more pressing. Why were you working with them? What do they want? How long have they been here? Do you know?
It seems for someone who has stumbled onto our conversation, you know not much.
Well, back to the first question, why did we take you alive? Answer, we want you to answer these questions for us.
See, it's one of those things. Unfortunately, you will have to try harder than that. And you watch as, like, his eyes blink purple and his body just vanishes, gone. Like, just
Let's go find him.
seems to, like, shift, very similar to the way that the guy that he plane shifted.
Right, so he's... Yeah, okay. I mean, that was going to happen one way or the other. It was either that or we kill him.
Okay.
We had no way of really preventing that. Plane shift is not an easy spell to defeat, and we are nowhere near the level to even consider how.
Did none of us, like, want to try and, like... Could none of us have reacted before he did that?
No. There was no sign that he was going to do it. He does not need verbal or... He doesn't need components. No components required.
So it didn't matter.
Do it.
Wait, so he could have literally just done that. Why was he just sitting there letting this bullshit while he was gagged then? Just to fuck with us?
Yeah.
Who knows?
This guy's an asshole. I'm killing him next time.
He's bound by the hands and ankles, so...
Yeah, that is one thing.
A funny image.
Yeah, so there, wherever he ended up, he is, like, bound. But...
That's funny.
He is no longer on this plane from the looks.
Do we know his name?
The guy, the previous guy, the gift guy, referred to him as Maradin. M-A-R apostrophe I apostrophe... No, sorry. M-A... It's coming back to... Hold on.
Apostrophes. Just get out of here.
Gith, man.
Yeah, M-A-R apostrophe A apostrophe D-I-N.
That's just Gith for you, man. That's just how they are. There's gotta be like at least a minimum of 1 to 3 apostrophes in each name.
Can someone put that in the chat? Oops.
Just fucking...
So... Next time we see him, do we kill him or do we simply knock him out so we could do this again?
Kick him in the balls.
Person like this, you can just leave this entire world at will. It's not the kind of person that you can tie down very easily, as Ilrith said.
Yeah, at this point, it's gonna be like sick game if we keep encountering, man. But, whatever.
Yeah, we don't like games here.
Nah, we don't like games here, obviously.
We want to invest in making some kind of, I guess, warded cell that people can't cast spells while they're inside. Do any magic.
Why do I keep thinking of a lead box?
Or maybe I could invest and something that can keep a person stuck to any given plane that they're in.
Bit
But that is a bit much for me at the moment. Next time I see him, I can try and have it ready.
Ooh. And if you don't, and we see him again, Dawn has fantastic idea.
Is it killing him?
No, this is better and much funnier.
Okay. Well,
We knock him
I'm
out.
excited.
We knock him out as we did before. We leave him there, but we leave him with note and walk away. If all else fails, you could not physically beat opponent, or someone will not let you kill opponent. You demoralize opponent.
At this point, it seems like it's a game to him. Just getting away from us.
So we either
Plus-
play game or we don't play game.
Yeah.
We just play better.
Well, I'm glad that Karanos never figured out that we brought this guy here.
What if next time we knock him out, we switch his shoes so he wakes up very wobbly footed?
Ooh, or we tie bootstraps together.
Or we switch his feet,
How would you switch his feet?
cut him off, and tape him back on.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a horrible person.
That is
These
how that
are
would.
these are all ideas that we've all had, but I'm going to go to sleep.
Alright.
It's
Um,
only, it's only 8 in the morning.
Oh, isn't that a shame?
And we almost died. Go figure.
I almost
Nice.
died.
24-hour nap.
Yeah.
I think
All
we
right.
should take Karanos on our next adventure.
That sounds like a
Okay.
terrible idea.
Fantastic idea.
He
So,
needs to get off the boat.
in that case, those of you who wish to sleep,
Christ alive, yes.
being those of you that are
Almost
intelligent, yeah, do so. You get a nice long rest this morning. You guys probably wake up around noon, and that's where we're going to be taking our little break, and then we'll figure out what we're doing
Okay.
next.
Do we have our max HPs reset for those that got horribly drained? Right? That's
Your max HP does go back to the way it was after a long rest.
okay. I'm pretty sure I wrote down Bjorn's. I know I did. I gotta find it real quick.
Staff charges
Sorry.
are all back.
I'm
Let's go
pretty sure it
slots.
was 89 because yeah, it was 89 because I had 11 temp HP that got me to 100. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic. Meet you guys back after the break.
Yep. All right. Swap a few screens here and there. There we go. Well, guys, that's it for part 1 of the Esterisle's Cartography Guild, where basically you watched us BS and dick around trying to figure out what do we do about the frickin' Githyanki that could just plane shift because he's a dick. I love this group, but sometimes it's just kind of like, okay, either we don't have a whole lot of options of how to deal with this, so I worry about our thought processes sometimes. Well, if we see that Githyanki again, I'm totally gonna dick with him. Anyway, as usual, I'm gonna cut this video here. It is a part 1, which means there's a part 2 coming right down the line. And it should be up roughly about the same time you finish this video. So hey, by all means, just stay tuned for part 2. And if you don't, hey, well, thanks for watching this to this point. And as usual, cheers to those that love us, losers that lost us, and as always, lucky sons bitches that get to meet us. And we'll catch you all in the next video. Or not. It's up to you. I can't tell you what to do with your life. I can't tell you how to raise your kids.